Right, in this video I'm going to show you how to take the cistern of a toilet apart and how to change the inside, flush kit. Maybe you need to just change the whole flush kit, or just the flush part, or the float, or you just simply want to upgrade the lever type flush to a button type flush. So the first thing you do, you have to isolate the water to the toilet. Now in my house, every single tap, every single toilet can be isolated with isolating valves like that. So because I've put them deliberately on every tap and every cistern of toilets. What that does, you can isolate that so the water, you don't have to shut down the water to the whole house. If you don't have these, then you'll have to go and shut it from the main tap. So, but if you have these, all you have to do, you have a screwdriver, go in the screw here, the line of the screw, if it's in line with the pipe, that means it's open. If it's against it, it's a 90 degree horizontal, then it's closed. At the moment, as you can see, I've already closed the tap, the valve. So this cistern is already isolated. But you still have some water previously in the cistern, so you better flush it to get the most of the water out. You will still have some water left in it at the bottom of the cistern. Then you just have to be careful as you're taking it apart and dump it either in the toilet or in the sink or outside. Then you have an overflow pipe here that needs to be disconnected, so you need to just undo this nut, and also on this side where the supply water, after you've isolated it, you need to undo this nut also from the top. Make sure you're not, when you're turning that, if it's really solid, if it's been there for years and it hasn't been turned, then it might just turn the whole pipe or all the way down. Your piping might be different to mine, but the principle is the same. And so you undo that, you basically disconnect the water going in and water going out of it. Then you have underneath, you have these type of bolts that you need to just, if they're not too tight, you can just undo them with hand using your fingers, or you can just use pliers and undo them. Either side of the cistern you have one of those. So you have one on this side and one on this side. And all you have to do is just undo them, take them apart, keep them in a safe place so you can use them again. If they're rusty, you can put them in a pot of vinegar. You could use WD-40 as well to loosen them up. If they're really solid, seized, you can loosen them up that way. You spray a little bit of WD-40 on it and it'll open up, and you can put them still in a pot of vinegar or WD-40 and it'll get rid of rust and be clean for next time use. Once you've done that, then this whole thing will be easy to take apart. The next thing is, you will have also, if I take this top off, you just take the top off, you can see also the screws, one screw here, one screw there. So you take these two screws off, then it's all loose and you can just take it apart. And at the bottom of the flush you'll have a big nut. You undo that, and you want to change that. If you want to change the refill pipe or the float, then again you have a whole thing. You'll see once you're taking these out, you can see the bottom and the top of the inside of the cistern. You can easily take these apart and take the lever also. You can see it's not the plastic knot. All of these mostly are hand tight. If they're not, you can use a big wrench, or pipe wrench or something like that, and just undo them, take them apart, then put the new kit, which will come with its own instruction. Each kit is different. Some of these cisterns are from bottom feed like mine, and some of them from side feed. So you have to make sure you get the right kit for that. They all say universal, but they are universal. But as far as fitting in any cistern, but as far as where the feed comes, they're different. So you have to make sure the feed and the size of the pipe is the same size as yours. The in feed, if it's from the side, it could be from right or left, it doesn't make any difference, you can use them. But if it's from the bottom, you can't use a bottom feed like mine for the side feed, or the other way around. That's basically it. I'm just going to do it, and I'll put the camera there. The reason I showed you is because I might be blocking the view of you, and you might not see all the details what I'm doing, but I've explained what I will be doing in front of the camera. Okay, so there's no set order. I can just do the screws first, so I'm just going to undo the screws. And this screw is, you can see it's all rotted out. I just took the washer, which happened to be lead. I took the washer, I just bent it, took it out. That screw is completely, there is no head to it. It's all rusted out. So hopefully once I get everything loosened up, that should just come off. Okay, so what I've done now, I've taken the little pipe that goes after the isolation valve. The isolating valve is shut, so there's no water coming out of this main pipe. And there was a little water inside the pipe left. It came out into the thing, this container I have. So that is undone. These are undone. All I have to do now, undo the nuts. Right, WD-40 solves a lot of problems. So, alright, it was completely rotted out, and as you can see, the nut and the bolt were just seized together. You couldn't take this off, and all I did just basically I hacksawed it in the end. There was no other way unless you actually wanted to smash your toilet. I've hacksawed it now. It should now come off. If I take this off, you'll have flow water coming out probably. Okay. You can see how nasty that is. Under there it's all rotted out. This bolt from there. So this is the bolt. That's all rotted out, and that you can see all the rust. And I'm just going to take this out now. The rest should be easy. All you have to do is just I have to empty this water outside. I'm going to do this outside in the garden. There is a plastic nut under this, undo it, and another nut under this one, undo all that and take it all apart. And then put the new flush kit in, follow the instructions, you can put it in, and then clean up and put it back in. Reverse the process. Alright, so this is the in-feed. Sorry, this is the overflow. This is the in-feed. So you undo all these nuts, and you can see the rotted bolts. We were lucky to take this off, but this one I had to actually cut it off, hacksaw it. And these things don't come with a new kit, so I have to probably find a new thing, new bracket for this. And that is it really. Once you put the new kit in, put a new, whatever they call this, and then reverse the process and put the system back in. Alright, I've got the kit for this cistern, two different parts. One is the flush itself, it's a dual flush, and the other part is the refill. This mark I've got is this model is Flowmaster. Flowmaster is one of the types, but you can have different types of them. They come both with their own construction, but typically the fill valve, we call it fill valve, and it's a bottom fill, so it fills from the bottom of the cistern as opposed to the side, right or left. The instructions are not very, it's just pictorial instruction, there's no explanation, so lots of people might find them very difficult to install or adjust. So I'm going to do a presentation here, a little bit of a video showing you exactly how I'm going to do this. This is a close coupling cistern, so I need another part that I've ordered, the close coupling. I mentioned earlier when I was disassembling this that I needed to buy that. So that comes with this plate, 2 bolts, 2 wing nuts, and washers, and also a donut washer, if you call it. And now this one is like this. It comes with a different type of ring seal as well. This is for a bigger hole cistern, so this is an extra seal. You don't need that for this cistern. It's already got one installed. If it was a bigger hole, I would take this out, I would put that in. Now we don't need that. What we do, we just put this in the hole, make sure it's the direction you want, because this button, I want this button on that side, so I'd rather have it that way than going all the way this way. So just make sure it's aligned that way and centralize the shaft with the hole. Once you've got that in, then now normally you would just put the knot back on, but in this case, because I have close coupling, I need to put this on. And to do that, I need to put these nuts, these bolts in there. Put it there. You can put them later, it doesn't matter. They go in, they slide in. Actually, take them off. Put that in. Make sure you have room, so you don't put this the other way around. This way you can't put the bolt in. Keep saying. So you put it that way, so the bolt can easily slide in and out of that slot. Again, centralize that. Make sure that is in center. That's important because you want to seal it. Make sure it's sealed. You put the plate there, and then you put this on it. On it. You press the flush in. You press it so it presses that smooth rubber that you have. Presses it, and when you tighten this, it actually tightens it. Hand tight. You don't really need to use any spanners or anything. It should seal. Okay, and now what we need to do is just make sure it's tightened. Once it's tightened, you put this donut rubber back on and press it in. This is a different part that I had to buy. I told you, close coupling unit. Then the bolts can just slide in. Toilet and put these washers at the bottom and put the nuts on and tighten. So you have the rubber washers and metal washers. Then the fill valve has to go in there. So you just, with this, you have a tab here that you can pull down for like a quarter of a turn or something on this shaft. That makes it fill more or less. It shows you on that pictorial diagram which way is more, which way is down, less. So the higher the shaft, the more it fills, the more water you'll have in the cistern. The lower the shaft, the less water you'll have. When you push that in, it locks in. It won't turn anymore. So you tighten this rubber cone rubber to the top, and then you put that in the hole from inside and make sure this nozzle is towards the main part of the cistern, not towards the wall of the cistern, because you want basically to have
toilet.
Go to toilet. Go to mommy. Go to mommy.
Yeah, toilet.
Yeah, that toilet. Go to mommy. Go up. Go up.
Okay.
Now this is a refill valve or fill valve. You adjust this seal, the cone seal to the top. There's a tab here, you can pull it down or up. When you pull it down, it allows you to move this shaft a little bit, and that means you can move more, fill more water or less, which shows in your pictorial diagram which way is more, which way is less. So I just push it back up and lock it down. Put that in there. Then you have a rubber seal and a nut. So you put that rubber seal first. Again, make sure that is centralized with the hole. For the flush, so the bottom will come with extra washers, and not big or small depending on the size of your hole. Yeah, it should be tight like this, but it's not going far enough. So I guess I'm not going far enough with this washer. I think I should just do away with the washer. I don't need why I need a washer there, because water shouldn't even come here. If it comes over here, that's over the overflow. It's over the overflow and will go down. Yeah, with this, with this flush kit, you don't need an overflow pipe extra. So I need to actually block that overflow. The original overflow I had shouldn't really reach this height. That washer is for probably other small, thin plastic cisterns. With this, you don't need that. So I guess you just do away with that. Put the flush button back here, tighten it. It doesn't even have to be tightened by a spanner or a wrench. You just need to tighten it by hand. Just doing a little quarter of a turn like this, and press this button, push it in, and that's it. See, it's now in. My cistern is ready to go on the actual toilet pan. I'm just going to tighten that, like I said I should, before I put it back there. The close coupling unit comes with two of these bolts, a pair of metal washers and rubber washers, and two wing nuts. The bolts are hanging down from the plate. You put the rubber washer first and then the metal, and then you have the nut at the end. So this is the order. Now we put the flush kit and fill valve in. The new flush kit has its own overflow, so if it overflows, it just goes down there into the toilet. But the old version, it would go out. We don't need that, we can block that in the end. Everything is in. Now what we have to do is put the bolts on the plate and they're sticking out. All I need to do is put these rubber washer, the metal washer and the nut on both sides. So you just tighten the nut as far as it gets to the, it pushes the washer all the way up to the bottom of the pan, so much that it's a little bit pinching it. Then you tighten one at a time, not one at a time, a little bit of this side, a little bit of that side, a little bit of this side, a little bit of that side, so it brings the cistern down equally, both sides. That's it. It's done. Next is connecting the pipe and trying it and then adjusting the flush. And as I said, everything else is self-explanatory. Thank you very much and see you again with another video. Bye.